In his late 20s, Jake has more money than most people his age know what to do with. So what's a man to do with all that cash? Here's a look inside Jake Paul's ridiculously lavish life.
You get 10,000. You get 10,000. You get 10,000. You get 10,000. And your boy gets 10,000.
Most 19-year-olds are working minimum wage jobs or just starting their college careers. But Jake Paul was already miles ahead of his peers by then. Thanks to his viral Vine videos, Paul had already earned $1 million before turning 20. He expanded on his success once Vine was shut down, transitioning to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and later TikTok. He told CNBC that it was all a numbers game, saying, "There are lots of ways to monetize, but if you have millions of fans and you can convert even 5% of them to pay for something of yours, you are in the seven-figure range." And monetize he did, turning his millions of followers into cash flow. As of 2024, Paul boasts over 20 million YouTube subscribers, nearly 30 million Instagram followers, and almost 20 million TikTok followers, making him one of the most popular content creators of his time. By 2022, Paul was the second highest paid YouTuber in the world, getting paid a cool $45 million a year, according to Forbes. Paul never set out to be a boxer, but a chance matchup between a fellow YouTuber changed the trajectory of his career. Nowadays, the influencer is making hundreds of millions of dollars in an area he never gave much thought to a decade prior. He told The Independent, "I love the pace of it, the strategy, everything behind it. It's an art. Then there's the build-up, the content, the press conference, the outfits. All of it made me fall in love with boxing, to a point where I need boxing on a daily basis just to function." Surprisingly, content creation only makes up a tiny portion of his multi-million-dollar fortune. The Ohio native is a successful businessman with several entrepreneurial startups and partnerships that keep his cash flow consistent. Paul started his sports betting company, Betr, in 2022, garnering over $100 million in funding while still in the early stages. By 2024, the company was valued at nearly $400 million, with major capital investors having a stake in the business. Part of the decision to branch out from pure content creation and go into other business ventures came from some of his normal outlets sanitizing their content. He told Forbes Australia in 2023, "You can't swear, you can't make a funny joke, you can't talk about politics, you can't talk about anything. So I was like, I'm done with this. It's not fun anymore. I can't be who I am. I can't make the content I want to make." Instead, the social media star plans to use his online audience to help generate viewership for future fights without a promoter. He also has many other companies to fall back on, like his capital firm Anti-Fund, numerous brand partnerships, and an equity stake in the Professional Fighters League. According to Paul, his content creation career constitutes not even close to 10% of his yearly income. Okay, so what does he do with all this money? After skyrocketing to viral sensation when he was just a teenager, Paul used his coin to buy a nearly $7 million home in Calabasas. He purchased the property in 2017 when he was just 20 years old, using it as a hub for his now defunct group of content creators dubbed Team 10. However, Paul eventually grew out of his Calabasas crib and sold it in 2021 for $775,000 less than the purchase price. From there, he picked up a $16 million sprawling estate in Dorado, Puerto Rico that he purchased in 2023. In a YouTube video, the influencer took viewers on a tour of his new 8-bedroom, 12-bathroom mansion, which featured everything from a pool, waterfront walkways, and a massive garden to a movie theater and a music studio. The master suite features an exit straight out into the sweeping garden, which he plans to turn partly into a rustic basketball court. His bedroom also includes an enormous walk-in closet with rows of luxurious footwear and jewelry drawers to hide his massive diamond chains.
How does it feel to have a $15 million house and still be an absolute child?
I love it. That's the best part about it.
The 12,800 square foot estate also has plenty of room for his toys, which includes several Bugatti scooters to explore the island when he and his friends get tired of all the usual Paul-inspired shenanigans. Speaking of vehicles, Paul doesn't miss a chance to show off his massive collection of luxurious cars. Lucky enough for him, his Puerto Rico mansion comes with a 6-car garage to fit his whips. Paul owns at least 10 vehicles, including a $350,000 Lamborghini Huracan Performante with a 631 horsepower V10 engine that can go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Paul also scored a custom Tesla Model X valued at around $100,000. His collection also includes a Rolls-Royce Phantom estimated to be worth around $440,000, and two comparatively modest trucks, a Dodge Ram 1500 TRX and a Toyota Tacoma, estimated to be around $40,000 and $50,000 respectively. Paul also bought a Ford Focus RS, complete with a unique paint job that combines a mix of pink, yellow, and blues for a drip-inspired look. To top it all off, Paul owns two Ferraris, a 296 GTB estimated at over $400,000, and an SF90 Spider worth well over $600,000.
How much was this car?
This was 700.
Holy.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, he also bought himself a custom monster Jeep, dubbing it his emergency response vehicle. What's a wrist worth millions without the bling to match? Paul doesn't mess around when it comes to his watch game.
Oh, his watch.
My God.
Yo, it's his watch.
Yo, not his watch,
It's
bro.
his watch.
The athlete was seen wearing his rose gold Jacob & Co. Bugatti Chiron Tourbillon watch in 2022, with an intricate case design that fused metal and glass, mimicking the features of a Bugatti vehicle. He donned the luxurious accessory worth an estimated $450,000 ahead of his bout with fellow boxer Anderson Silva, whom he ultimately defeated. Paul has also been spotted with an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak chronograph, which is completely covered in aftermarket diamonds. The over-the-top piece came with an estimated price tag of $100,000. Paul also has a black ceramic Richard Mille RM 7201 valued at $400,000 and an RM11 Abu Dhabi Special Edition valued at over $600,000. Coming in at much smaller price tags, Paul also owns a Rolex Oyster Perpetual with a signature Tiffany blue dial, valued at $25,000, and an $1,800 Gucci Grip Mickey Mouse watch in steel, which he sported while preparing for his fight with Tyron Woodley. With so much money spent on his watches, we can only hope the influencer arrives at his events on time. In what he's calling a fight of a lifetime, Paul will face off against world champion boxer Mike Tyson in Arlington, Texas. The match will be an exhibition match, which means no winner will be declared. According to Paul's calculations, a fight with the legendary boxer could bring in a whopping $300 million. He said as much on a previous episode of the Journey podcast, when his fight with Tyson was a distant reality, saying, "I joke with my friends about it. I'm like, I'll start eating Krispy Kreme donuts and move up to heavyweight and take on Mike Tyson. That would actually excite me. So Mike, if you're watching this, let's have some fun." He added that it would be the kind of blowout match that would rake in huge bucks.
That's a $200 million event, $300 million event.
Paul eventually got his wish, and the fight was set to stream exclusively on Netflix. For those who wish to see the bout in person at AT&T Stadium, ticket prices range from around $357 each to $8,067 each. A VIP package is available for an incredible $2 million, giving two esteemed viewers ringside access to watch the fight, 4 first-row floor seats for the event, 4 second-row floor seats, and a locker room access meet and greet with Paul and Tyson. The match was originally scheduled to happen on July 20th, 2024, but on May 27th, Tyson had a medical emergency while on a flight. In Touch Weekly reported that he received medical care when the plane landed in Los Angeles, and 4 days later, both Paul and Tyson announced that their bout would be postponed.
I want Mike to be healthy, and he says he still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time.
Paul is known for his outlandish personality and online scandals, so it's no surprise that he dropped serious cash on a piece of jewelry to mock a fellow athlete. In 2020, Paul put out a challenge to pay Conor McGregor $50 million for a fight. Apparently, the offer didn't result in anything, but Paul wasn't done trolling the fighter. In 2021, he bought a $100,000 custom-made chain, dubbing it the Sleepy McGregor necklace. Paul showed off the custom piece on his Instagram, which featured a replica of Conor McGregor in the fetal position, holding a tiny NyQuil bottle after being knocked out by Dustin Poirier in January of that year.
McGregor, you better win tonight, otherwise we're not going to be able to fight, because if you lose, your career is over, and that $50 million offer I gave you won't be on the table anymore.
Paul eventually gifted the piece to Poirier, revealing the news during a pre-fight press conference ahead of his fight with Tyron Woodley.
We're getting it shipped out, and I think he's auctioning it off for charity.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real. I'm hoping he takes a picture with it.